It's time! Hi, I'm Andre and I'm a black nerd with a review for You Better Reviews! Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles Out of the Shadows. I'm gonna give you the good, the bad, and the nerdy. This will be a no spoilers review. I'll talk about plot points and specific characters, but no major reveals. You're safe. Although it's gonna be really hard to reveal anything new to this movie after all the advertisement that's been done for it, but I'll get to that later. And make sure you go over to the Regal Cinemas YouTube channel. I still do Catching Up with Andre on Wednesdays, and I'm gonna be doing an episode about the TMNT movie history. Now, as you know, I had some choice words for the 2014 Ninja Turtles movie. I didn't hate it. I just had some problems with a Ninja Turtles movie that wasn't focused on the Ninja Turtles. Well, I am happy to report that the best thing about Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles Out of the Shadows is that it is focused on the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. The Turtles are all over this movie. They start the movie, they end the movie, and they're in so many scenes in between. So I guess thank you to the first one for being so successful that they were able to have a bigger budget for this one to be able to use more CGI to give us more turtles. The irony. Either way, it's good to see the Turtles are the focus because the actors that play the Turtles just do an exceptional job. And I want to give them credit because you don't see them because they're doing all the motion capture and the voice, but they bring these Turtles to life. Jeremy Howard as Donatello, Noel Fisher as Michelangelo, Alan Ritchson as Raphael, and Pete Plazek as Leonardo. This time he's also doing the voice of Leonardo. No Johnny Knoxville this time. They're just really great as the Turtles. They bring the personality, they bring the energy, they bring the movement of the Turtles. And I gotta admit, I kind of reverted back to little kid Andre for a little bit watching these turtles go across the screen. I had similar emotions that I felt back in 1990 when I saw that first Ninja Turtles movie. It was like those old Frosted Mini Wheats commercials. It was like, the adult in me appreciates the CGI and the structure, while the kid in me loves the fact that turtles are on the big screen. Hooray! And because the Turtles are the focus in this movie, it makes their emotions much more understandable. For example, in the first movie when Raphael got mad at Leonardo, there was no context at all of why he felt that way. In this movie, you see why Raph has his anger, it's laid out, and it makes sense. You'll also see Leonardo face personal challenges of being a leader, Michelangelo having funny lines, and bringing up an interesting point about the Turtles that causes some discussion in the group, and of course Donatello is still that brainiac being the smooth Donatello he always is. You know, actual plots and storylines for the Ninja Turtles in a Ninja Turtles movie. Go figure. They did a little bit of smoothing them out so they look a little bit more cartoony. They're a little thinner, except for Raphael, but he's supposed to be beefier because he's the muscle of the group. But because this is a sequel, they had to keep them close to the original. So we still get those faces, those noses, those bodies, those pants. You can't do a complete remodel. You can recast everybody apparently, but them turtles gotta look as close to the first one as it possibly can. Splinter looks so much better in this movie. He looks like a cartoon sensei rat, not a creepy naked mole rat. Every time I saw Splinter in the first movie, I was like, is that Rufus? Is this a Kim Possible movie? Glad you got that plastic surgery you've been wanting. I know I made a very angry video a few years ago, but let me make it clear. I never had anything against Megan Fox as a person. I just knew that by her being cast in a Ninja Turtles movie, that the movie was gonna be focused mostly on her and not on the Turtles. And it was sad to watch that first movie and be right. April O'Neil, Vern Fenwick, and newcomer Casey Jones have their scenes, and as expected, some of the scenes involve them as the human characters going off and doing stuff while the Turtles go have their CGI moments. But they play supporting characters to the Turtles, which makes it better. April O'Neil, she investigates, she gets up close, she relays information back to the Turtles, she's involved in part of the action. It's all the stuff that April does, but the Turtles are still involved. You're not seeing 20 minutes of April and Vern going, they're Turtles in this movie, right? Casey Jones has good chemistry with Megan Fox. He has good chemistry with the Turtles. Usually Casey Jones has a good rapport with Raph. In this one, he actually has a good rapport with Michelangelo. He's a supporting role. He has his moments to shine, but he doesn't overshadow the Turtles. And that's great because I was worried with the new human character, we would get more human scenes, less Turtle scenes. That's not what happens. If there's a Turtles 3, I would like to see how his character grows and shines. This is not giving too much away, but I think it should be noted that this is the origin story of Casey Jones. It's not like the 1990 movie where he's already a vigilante. Kind of limits him a little bit, not the performance, just the character and what he does. So I'm hoping in the next movie he gets to just go full Casey Jones and have a lot of fun with it. and maybe have his hair grow out a little bit more. Oh, and if you're expecting that Casey Jones mask to be on his face the whole time, well, you don't hire Stephen Amell to hide his face. We trying to get ladies to go to this movie, all right? Arrow on the big screen, baby. Ooh, he's dreamy. But like I said, the movie is about the turtles. Well, mostly about the turtles. They almost are the complete stars of this movie, but two other characters come in, and boy, when they come in, it is fun. I love Rocksteady and Bebop in this movie. Oh my gosh. My mouth was grinning from ear to ear every time they were on screen. Gary Anthony Williams is Bebop and Sheamus from WWE as Rocksteady. They are great in both human form and mutant form. They even got a little catchphrase. They so cute. That's the greatest bromance I've ever seen from two guys who turn into mutants. And it's just so satisfying because this is the first time ever we are seeing Bebop and Rocksteady in a Ninja Turtles movie. I find it ironic for all the terrible things that critics and fans have said about Michael Bay movies that it took a Michael Bay production to give us Bebop and Rocksteady on the big screen. They are seriously the big budget movie version of the classic cartoon characters. Thanks to a Michael Bay production. Well played, Mr. Bay. Well played. You win this round. And there's another character in this movie that I enjoyed, but since everyone doesn't watch every trailer, I don't want to say who it is, but y'all know who it is. But let me just say I like him too. I'll just talk about him more whenever I do a spoilers review. So the cast and characters really do a good job in this movie. That's where this movie shines. And I think that credit has to go to the director. The director is different this time. It's David Green as opposed to Jonathan Leesman in the last movie. I feel like the cast somehow must have had a better connection with David Green because it just looks like everyone's having fun in this movie and their performances are good. That's the best part of this movie. The story, however, is written by the same people that wrote the story in the first one, and that's honestly where the movie's got a little bit of problems. This movie has a lot to juggle. You got the return of Shredder, two new mutants, the introduction to Casey Jones, the inner conflict of the Turtles, April and Vern's screen time, plus that other character that I was telling you about that I'm not gonna say, but you know who it is. Plus there's an entire storyline with the police, and the movie is called Out of the Shadows for a reason. When you got all that together in one movie, that's a lot to take on. There will be times when specific characters or plot points are just missing. There's no Casey Jones for a little bit, or there's no Rocksteady and Bebop for a little bit, or there's no Shredder for a little bit. There's a point in this movie when Tyler Perry shows up as Baxter Stockman. I almost forgot he was in the movie. He'd already shown up before, but he comes back later. I was like, oh, that's right. Baxter Stockman's in this. They recast Shredder as Brian T, who is a great Shredder. He has a great voice. He has a great mean mug face. I just wish he had more to do because he has to split his scene times with everyone else. And poor Karai. Okay, I don't understand this. So Manai Noji was Karai in the first movie. They recast her as Brittany Ishibashi in this movie, but Karai, I think, has like one line. I'm like, seriously? Did you have to recast somebody to really have them not do much? I'm sorry, Manai. I mean, you were a great Karai and all, but we're gonna replace you with Brittany because we think that she's better at standing around and doing nothing. And there's something that happens with Karai in this movie. I will not say what it is, but when it happens, I literally looked at the movie and was like, nah, bruh, that is not how it would go down. If Karai is the second in command of Shredder, that would not have happened to her. I'm sorry. All the elements of the film are good elements to play around with, but because there's so many of them going back and forth, it can become a little confusing if you're not a hardcore TMNT fan. Like as somebody who watched the cartoon series and the earlier movies, I saw all these plot points and was like, oh yeah, I understand that, I get that. But if you're somebody who is a very casual Ninja Turtles person, or you don't really follow Ninja Turtles at all, I could see a few times of you watching this movie going, wait, what? Well, who's that? What is this about? Why are all these animals here? Is this Jungle Book? I think I'm in the wrong movie. Is this Money Monster? Same goes with the fan service in this movie, which this movie has a lot of fan service. There's references to the cartoon series, there's a really cool cameo, there's references to the theme song, there's references to people who have sang songs about turtles. Clearly this movie made a conscious effort to have some elements to please the old school turtle fans. And if you're an old school turtle fan, your nostalgia bone is gonna get a little tingly from time to time watching this movie, but for everybody else, good luck. But that's okay if you're just a common man who's not a hardcore turtle fan. You still got Bay explosions, cameos from basketball players and supermodels, April O'Neil's midriff, all the classic Bay stuff you love. But my biggest problem with this movie actually has nothing to do with the movie itself. Over the past few weeks, the Ninja Turtles YouTube channel decided to release several TV spots and several full film clips from the movie. This is in addition to the 3 trailers we already have for this thing. And if you're like me and watched every single thing that they put out, then you've pretty much watched a huge chunk of the movie, especially the action scenes. The action scenes look great on the big screen, but you can't help but not feel any element of surprise because you've seen all of it before on the internet. I gotta be honest, man, after Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles 2, I kind of feel like I don't want to watch trailers anymore. At least not the second or third trailers of a movie, because that's when stuff starts getting revealed too much. I understand you gotta show something to get people interested, but at least have the action scenes out of context versus full-on clips. Showing too much just makes the movie not have any surprises, and Out of the Shadows is a big victim of that. Shame. If you haven't seen anything, you'll be okay. But if you've seen everything, then you might have seen everything. But even knowing so much about this movie, I still had a fun time with it. I just feel like it knew the tone that it wanted to go with, and it went there. Yes, it's a little bit more cartoony and a little bit more silly than the first one, but I feel like the first one wasn't even knowing if it wanted to be super hardcore, gritty, serious, or cartoony. This one's got its direction, it's got good CGI, it's got good action scenes, it's got turtle-centric storylines, it's got better foot soldiers, where the foot soldiers are actually ninjas. It has references to the TMNT universe, and it's got some good classic one-liners and jokes. Except for the obligatory fart joke. You just gotta have a fart joke, I guess, now in a Ninja Turtles movie. 2 for 2. So if you can get past the absurdity that a Ninja Turtles movie would have, I think you will enjoy this movie. I have a feeling critics are gonna be pretty harsh on this one, because it's a Michael Bay production, because technically it's a superhero film, and every superhero film that's not Civil War is apparently a bad movie nowadays. There's gonna be some criticism on this thing, I know that for sure. But if you like Ninja Turtles and you liked or didn't like the last movie, I have a feeling that Ninja Turtles fans will like this movie. That's how I feel. I liked it. That's how I roll. That's how you roll. I feel like it's a better movie than the first one, but then again, maybe it's just me. Maybe I'm just growing up. Maybe I put too much anger on the first movie due to my strong connection of nostalgia. Whereas with this one, I kind of went in accepting the fact that my version of Turtles still exists, that this is a Turtles movie for a new generation, and just accepting it for what it is. A cheesy summer movie and part of a reboot for a company that wants to continue making money off of a franchise that still has legs after over 30 years. This is something that I can accept for what it is, whether it's made for me or not. If only there was another movie that was coming out this summer where I could have that exact same kind of emotion. I don't know. Oh wait, but there is one more thing to talk about with this movie. Tyler Perry as Baxter Stockman. Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles Out of the Shadows, Paramount Pictures. You owe me a check. If you have been following my channel, you know I've been making jokes about how Tyler Perry as Baxter Stockman looks like me in this movie. It goes deeper than that, y'all. You are not getting 2003 series Baxter Stockman. You're not getting Nickelodeon Baxter Stockman. You're not getting IDW or Mirage Baxter Stockman. You are getting Andre Black Nerd Meadows as Baxter Stockman. This dude does not just look like me, he acts like me. He is goofy, he is corny, he tells lame jokes, he is mesmerized by technology, he has an awkward talk with a girl, and this dude giggles the entire damn time. Every single time he's like, I'm gonna make me some mutants. This is gonna be good. With this technology, we can create alternate dimensions. Every time, man, I'm like, that's me. Y'all owe me a check. I swear, somebody from Paramount hired Tyler Perry, sat him down in a room, pulled up one of my videos and said, you see this knucklehead right here, Tyler Perry? You see this goofball right here that talked crap about our last movie? Learn from him. Become him. Destroy him. You have made me Baxter Stockman in this movie, Paramount. I want a check. I beg you, watch Tyler Perry as Baxter in this movie and do not tell me you do not think of this face when you see that face. You stole my identity, Ninja Turtles Out of the Shadows. You stole my likeness. Oh my God, I'm Baxter Stockman. Are you gonna go see Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles Out of the Shadows? And if you have seen it or are going to see it, let me know what you think of it. I love you like a play cousin, dude. I'm Audi 5000. Cowabunga jump. Yomp.